Barry Smith with M2Mpolitics.com here to discuss redistricting. Barry, with the Republicans in charge this time around, how different will that Senate map, State House map, and Congressional District map look?
I'll start with the Congressional District map. I suspect that's going to look quite a bit different. I suspect you're going to come out with that seeing Republicans favored a lot more. I've heard possibly you might see an additional minority district in there. Minority districts tend to vote Democratic. They take Democrats out of other districts, so that all benefits the Republicans. House and Senate map, they're somewhat restricted as to what they can do by the Stevenson court decision back about 8 or 10 years ago. They can only do so much. You got the whole county provision that says you just can't traverse county lines the way you used to be able to do it.
When it comes to redistricting, how open is this process, or has it been historically?
Well, they've got to do a lot of stuff in the open. If you go to any committee meeting where they're discussing redistricting, even the House floor, Senate floor, they're going to have a court reporter there. That's unusual. They don't have a court reporter for hardly anything else. I don't remember seeing it in the more than 10 years that I've been in Raleigh. So yeah, that's going to be recorded. The reason for all this is everything's got to be approved by the Justice Department. When they get everything passed, the Justice Department has got to make sure that whatever plan they approve is not violating the Federal Voting Rights Act, primarily making sure that it's not doing anything that would dilute minority voting strength.
Now, the makeup of the committees that will be drawing up the new maps.
Right.
Senator Rucho used a term, basically non-lawyers would be more represented than lawyers on these committees. Did I understand that correctly?
I don't think he said non-lawyers. I think he said normal people.
Normal people.
Senator Rucho said it had been dominated by lawyers 10 years ago. He said this in response to the Senate Minority Leader, Martin Nesbitt, who was critical that Senators Senator Dan Blue and Senator Dan Clodfelter did not get put on the committee. He felt they had a lot of experience and that they should be on the committee. And as the week ended, Senator Charlie Danley from Mecklenburg County actually resigned his seat on the committee and has recommended that the President Pro Tem consult with Senator Nesbitt for his replacement.
All right, politics aside, new maps must be drawn. What's the time frame for when North Carolinians will know what district they're in?
They're saying they want to get them drawn by the 1st of June. Really, I mean, they have to get them drawn in time for the next election, which is going to be in November of 2012. One provision in the North Carolina Constitution for House and Senate seats is you have to have lived in your district for a year before the election in order to be able to run for that. So they really want to make sure they're in place in time so that if somebody decides they want to move into another district and run, they would have time to do that.
Barry Smith, M2Mpolitics.com. Look it up online. Thanks for being on the show, Barry.
Thanks, Kelly.